Roses bowing in the cold spring rain, reds splashed across the windowing wetness, doves somewhere. Before the emptiness, before this love, before the door closed, before the door opened, before there was a somewhere to go, or a somewhere to return, or a beyond, or a before, or an after. This is the before, this infinite, intimate lover's embrace, beyond the known, beyond infinity, beyond beyond, right here, right now, this brilliant, inescapable, ungraspable immediacy, this without other. In between the beating heart, inside the breath, held and released in the roundness of a sigh, a hush without exhale or inhale, is the architect and destroyer of space and time and all that never lay in between or outside the thunder or the waiting. Where blooms the poem that sings your heart into the silence? Or is it your heart blooming into the music of silver reflections dancing in the stillness that is your still beating heart? What is this thunder inside my chest? Words say it is my heart beating, but my heart says it is the thunder of heaven and hell ripping through the sky, the sea, and tearing apart the bottomless. It is love crying out, reaching in, dissolving the boundaries between you and me and love. The idea that some feelings are better and others are worse goes away. It all seems infused with love, as it no longer feels like there is a someone to whom feelings happen, and no looking to pinpoint what feeling it is, just currents of love flowing through love. I kept reaching for infinity, but all the symbols collapsed in my dissolving hands. Torrents of rain and vast, endless skies poured through me, plunging me through the bottomless where there was no one to land or gaze up at the heavens and dream of endless tomorrows. I found myself brushed into a lover's dream and found myself weeping. Dove floats softly into the morning. Light falls through your tender winged beauty, pouring through cloud reflections, swirling luminescence, hovering. Words seem to capture the bird and her echo, and a you separate from the sky reflection. Old records spin through the grooves of thought, and a sound and light show magically appear. Liquid spheres of memory float and bleed, pierced by every touch, every glance, every sigh, every love song drifting into the fade. Softly, gently, the taste of light spreads into 1,000 tongues. A heartbreakingly beautiful chorus singing us, painting our delicate beauty with light in light. A dream of echoes soaring through a dream of soaring. Words are whispered, yet nothing is heard. The circling spins into and out of itself. It is love singing, and it seems to hear itself without listening, without seeing, without... Life simply happens all by itself. Yet nothing ever happens, nor does it not. This liquid, magical display pours through itself, and I recognize your eyes, for they are mine. Swirling butterflies soaring into birds flying through the edge of sky. What is that song in your heart but the bottomless shining through the shimmering shadows? All is echoes of echoes, and no one is sensuously lost. It is all lost. And there is no it, and no lost or found. Love is the question and the answer, and the imaginary space in between. All by itself, life magically happens, looking and feeling like anything at all. Easily and evenly, without any effort, without anything needing to be done. There is no getting outside of life to a place where you can push or pull it. There is no edge, no other, better, more, or next. Feeling like you are missing the magic arises as magically as feeling like it is magical. There has to be an imaginary reference point called me or truth for there to be an imagined other called you or untruth, and there are simply no reference points, no separation or non-separation at all. And this is love, this nothing everythingness. This is the fatal collision of never and forever, the end of hope and fear and the need of that never arising next. Dissolved, yet floating, suspended like clouds magically forming and melting into endless blue. Sky kissing its shadow on your delicate eyes. Rain drowning in your wetness. These tears were never yours or mine. It is the universe weeping at its own heartbreaking beauty. Life blooms and wilts simultaneously, without ever becoming a flower you can pluck and hold in the warmth of your longing. Sun and rain and the warm earth. We are an imaginary center, a womb where everything seemed to be held. The walls dissolve and all is born. Nothing is born, all melts. Nothing is melting but our beautiful, tender hearts. There is no one to reclaim this unnamed feeling. Emotion flows freely. It is memory which fills in the blank, and it is all blank.